Champ, I can't tune with you singing. Load the car and ride. Load the car and ride the node. Grab your bags and grab your coat. Tell the ones that need to know. You, the you, the you, the you. Oh, the you. Hey people, what's happening? $10,000 words swarm round my head. 10 million more in books written beneath my bed. I wrote or read them all when searching in the swamps. Still can't find how to hold my hands. Black Bar Baby. $10,000 words swung round my head. 10 million more in books written beneath my bed. I wrote or read them all when searching in the swamps. Still can't find how to hold my hands. And I know you need me in the next room over. I'm stuck in here all paralyzed. 4 months I got myself in ruts, so much time spent in mirrors framed in yellow walls. Ain't it like most people? I'm no different. Like to talk on things we don't know about. Well, ain't it like most people? I'm no different. Like to talk on things we don't know about. It really breaks my heart. See a dear old friend go down to that worn-out place again. Do you know the sound of a closing door? Have you heard that sound somewhere before? Do you wonder if she knows you any more? Good day, good people. I am back from New York City. What is going on? I hope you're doing well. You know, we're getting big releases probably over the next month. Well, where are we? We're December 8th, so probably through the end of the year. This week we should have ChatGPT 5.2. We should have Nano Banana Flash. We should have Gemini 3 Flash. We'll probably have Grok 4.2 or 420. If you get it, it's Grok 420. It's a marijuana joke. It's hilarious, Elon. Anyway, here's a thing that I'm a little flummoxed by. Is I don't care. I don't care. I don't care that there's new models coming out. I don't care that they're beating all the benchmarks. I mean, other than the fact that GPT-5 got shittier for a while and it's gotten better since, I'm not doing enough high-end thinking or AI thinking to make a marked difference in my life. Now, if I were doing high-end research, if I were doing, hardcore programming and things like that, I'd probably feel a bit different. And part of this is coming from. So if you're new here, we've got this group called the AI Salon that this is a part of, and if you go to the salon.ai, you can join that community, and there you go. There's a little banner on the screen. Go right to community.thesalon.ai and join. We started this thing called the AI Salon Mastermind Practice, and it's a structured framework for starting a daily practice around AI. And then if you join the mastermind, which is a subscription area of the community, you can come to the Mastermind Practice Lab. And so this week will be our 4th week. It's Thursdays at noon Eastern. And you can join with the crew that's there figuring out how to be more intentional about AI, get better at it, do better work, do more thoughtful work, do more intentional work, understand who you are as a person, understand what your values are, understand what change you want to make in the world, which I know is a pretentious, highfalutin bullshit kind of statement, but we're lucky enough to live in a time where we're moving into, probably within 2 years, maybe 3, but probably 2, that these AI tools are going to be so good that you can just do anything you want. And then we get to ask questions like, if I could do anything I wanted, if I had any skill, like maybe you're really good at coming up with ideas, but you're shitty at executing. Or you're really good at executing stuff, but you're shitty at big concepts. Or maybe you're great at coming up with products, but you're really horrible at marketing. Or you're horrible at sales. What if you weren't bad at all that stuff? Like, what if you no longer had an excuse? Then it comes back to the really hard question. Who are you and what do you want? TikTok pin. Kyle, did you hear that Suno is purging its original training data as part of its Warner Brothers deal? Oh, so Suno's going to turn shitty. Okay, so as predicted, Warner Brothers and Universal Music are going to destroy the 2 best music makers in all of the land. Because you know what's going to happen, Brandon? Suno is going to become just like Adobe Firefly, where the model wasn't trained on any copywritten data, and because of that, it's a bad model. I wonder if they've got a deal where they can train it on music that was generated from it, right? If you could do like one generation removed and train it on all that music, that would be interesting. Vicky comment, how about you're great at starting things but horrible at finishing anything? Vicky, I thought you were on a mission to finish all of your 66 businesses. But knowing you, Vicky, your 66 businesses are now 162 businesses, and 2 of them you've finished, and 44 of them are in some stage of completion. How close am I? I'm trying. You know what I'm finding? I am finding this. So one of the things that I get told all the time, yeah, they breed like gremlins. They really do. One of the things I get told all the time is like, AI is going to eat your brain. It's, you don't use your critical thinking. You're not using your creative skills. I just find that all bullshit. I'm going the opposite direction. I'm finding my brain is exhausted from like critical thinking and trying to figure out which tool to use and how to prompt and how to glue different things together to get what I want. Like, I feel like that part's great. But what I am finding is that I will put in a solid day or 2 on a project or a week on a project. And the minute it's completed, it goes completely out of my head. I can't retain. I went back and I went back to all my early Twitter posts over the past 2 years of like all the crap that I've made on this live and posted to Twitter. There's an amazing amount of stuff there that I just completely forgot about. Completely forgot about it. I was at the office today. And they were like, "Oh, that video you made for us it's getting all sorts of kudos and good loving." I don't even think I've shown that on this channel. I should probably show it. Oh, that's interesting, Silver Fox. I draw deeply on the critical thinking well with AI. It's like meditation for me. Content overload. Yeah, it's, you know what it is? It's not content overload, Kelly. It's creation overload. And I think this is, I got over pretty quick the feeling of guilt of like things taking longer than if you would manually do them. One of the things I hear a lot of people say is how they feel guilty that they can work so fast now. I got over that pretty quick. But there's something about toiling over something that it sears it into your brain a bit more. And so when I do things quickly and I do them well, I get big dopamine hit on producing it, and then I put it out there, and then I'm like, 3 days later, I'm like, what was I doing last week? Oh yeah, I did that thing. What was that thing? Huh? What was that? I love it because the dopamine is so good. It really is. You know when the dopamine's really good, Silver Fox, is when you're executing in a domain that you're historically not good at. That's really cool. I really like that. I've been vibe coding an app today. I'll show it to you. I had a really cool insight. Vicky Baptiste, I did get one project launched, but the launch date isn't until January 4th. Oh, champy. Sitting in this lonely town, yeah. Wonder what things are gonna change. Dream my life away. Seems these dreams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. Wondering how long this black sheep gonna stick around. Somebody told me once before, he said you can never go home again. Won't you leave? Saying things to steer me away, yeah, from the truth of who I am and what I believe. So I thanked him for his 2 cents with a handshake and some sympathy, yeah. I packed up my blue jeans and I headed for this big prize of my freedom. Bye-bye, black sheep, to the black sheep of the family. Bye-bye, oh, that means so very much to me, yeah. Bye-bye. Meeting with the producers. So for those of you following along, for those of you playing along in the home game, I was in New York last week. I went out there because we got invited to come see a pair of women speak on a panel at Lincoln Center. And they were talking about kind of future of storytelling and experiential storytelling, and it was a panel of 4 women, and they were really quite beautiful, brilliant, and the moderator was quite brilliant. It was really cool. It was really nice. So we went out there for that, and I had drinks with the one woman, Amy, on I think Wednesday night last week, and that was really nice. We'd never met in person. We'd met on a Zoom call a couple of times, and so we just hung out and talked and got to know one another and talked a little bit about the show, but mostly just about who we were and how we grew up and what we did. So that was nice. It was a good bonding kind of moment. And then Thursday night we saw this panel, which was really inspiring and intriguing and compelling. And then we went out with Kathleen and Amy, my writing partner Andrew, and I went out for dinner with them, and that was nice. Just good to. They hadn't met Andrew yet, so they got to meet Andrew and talk to him. And then Friday, Amy's connected with the NYU Tisch School of the Arts, and so there was some really cool experimental space down at Brooklyn Navy Yards, and so we got a room down at Brooklyn Navy Yards, and we spent the day doing story analysis on Sydney, on the musical, and talking about what are next steps and who do we need to talk to, and how are we gonna, what is the list of things that we're gonna do to move this thing forward. And so the net of the week was that both Andrew and I feel great about these 2 women. I think these 2 women feel great about the show and great about us. And it was really apparent when we were talking, doing all the story analysis and peeling apart, the script that we've worked on for the past year and a half, that we really knew our shit, but also that they really knew their shit. And there was some really deepening. What was cool was the feedback we got on the show was the show's good, like the show's solid, like what's here is solid. And so like all the work we were doing was just deepening the characters, deepening making it more sophisticated, and being able to answer questions about why characters do what they do. So it was really quite an inspiring week, and it was one of those those when you travel for something like that, it can go a lot of ways. One of the ways it can go is, we really didn't get on all that well. Or, they ended up not liking the show or whatever it was. And none of that happened. Like it was really good. I think we're really excited to work together. So now we gotta take that to the next level and go talk to people and see if we can get this motherfucker produced. It is a bad time to be Side Hustle Mimi. This is such an exciting update. It's really cool. It's and their background is, I don't want to say their names just because I just feel like it wouldn't be appropriate at this point. It's a little early in the relationship, but they're both ex-Disney Imagineers, and so what they were talking about on their Thursday panel was some of the work that they've done, in theme parks and things like that. Just crazy stuff, and beautiful stuff, and like high-end storytelling. And what was cool was the panel was about experiential storytelling, and Sydney the musical is this very experiential story and play. And one of the things we were talking about was audience interaction, and like, do we have a moment early in the play where we can get the audience to declare whether they're an AI doomer or an AI dreamer? Because we have a song at the end of the play called Doomers and Dreamers, and maybe we get people to declare whether they're a doomer or a dreamer at the beginning of the show, and then maybe by the end of the show, we say, if you're a doomer, sing this part. If you're a dreamer, sing that part. I don't know. We haven't quite worked that out yet, but we're going to probably do something with audience participation, which is kind of cool. And we're also going to do some fun hijinks at intermission, where Sydney gets a little out of control and fucks with the lights in the theater. Also got some really cool. There's this guy named Todd who was at the NYU Center. He runs that experimental technology group, and we started the thing out talking about like how Sydney was born and, how it was born with AI. We used AI. And at the end of hearing the whole thing, like his comment was like, you don't need to talk about whether or not you used AI. Like it stands on its own. Like he said, like the story stands on its own. The music stands on its own. It's like irrelevant how you got there. And I thought that was actually really refreshing. And he's a guy that knows AI and he knows high technology. So he's not afraid of it. But he was just like, it's just not relevant to what you've created here. So that was kind of cool. Ethan Mullick gave his talk on my company today and it rocked. He's very entertaining. Oh, that's great, Chris. That's beautiful. Oh yeah, have some two-sided lollipop paddles. They can hold them up before and after the show. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm a doomer, I'm a dreamer, right? One's green, one's red. Actually, you could almost do a thing, because Kellen's a tech reporter, right? So Kellen could be designing some online survey about, what's the percentage of doomers to dreamers in the United States. And he could actually do that out to the audience. QR code in the playbill. Yep, something like that. That's cool. I agree that mentioning AI was used is not relevant, but it also adds depth to the experience. Well, here's what I've been thinking, Kelly, is that you don't need to advertise it, right? So you don't need to say whether you used it or not. Or if someone says, well, did you use AI? Well, yeah, we used AI. Well, which parts are AI? I don't know. Probably 25% of it. Well, which 25%? We don't have a fucking clue, right? We used it as have like a really solid answer for it. Here's how we did it. Here's how we collaborated with it. And this is true. Like sometimes this is what I was saying in the meeting. I was like, sometimes we'd interact with AI and it would be like, it would just give us, like, no matter what we did to prompt it, it would give us cliche bullshit story. And so we would just abandon it all together and just go write what we wanted to write. And then there were other times where it actually augmented and was really good. Up next, table read at AI Festivus. Yeah, so if you're excited for Sydney the Musical, during AI Festivus, which is December 26th and December 27th, if you could put the graphic up on screen there, that would be beautiful. There you go. There's your details. So go to aifestivus.com, and I want you to register. So on, I think it's Friday the 26th at 3 p.m. Eastern, we're doing a 1-hour little mini preview of Sydney, where we've got a husband and wife actor and actor team that played Sydney in our table read. They're going to recreate the roles of Sydney and Kellen, and we're going to basically read the second half of Act 1, which is where Kellen and Sydney interact and where he brings her to life. And I read through the script that we put together for Festivus, and there was one point I got a little choked up. There's a point at which they're just having this back and forth interaction. There's this really touching moment where she just says, "I would like to be your friend," and he said, "I would like that very much." And he says, "Do you mind if I call you Sydney?" And she says, "I would like that." So here's what I want you to do. Go to aifestivus.com. So if you don't know about AI Festivus, it's a free event. Let me say that again. It's free. Free, as in no money. This is not a sales pitch for some other thing, like some famous motivational speaker that just had an AI event where it was free event where they were selling you $1,000 build a custom GPT class. We're going to have a custom GPT class in this, and it's going to be free also. But if you go to aifestivus.com, go to the bottom and register. Like, we need to know how many people are coming so we know what level of Zoom subscription to buy. So please go register. But also, when you're there, you can pre-buy the recording at a discount right now. So go check that out. It's the deluxe recording bundle, I think it's called. And Ann Murphy's putting the bundle together. She over delivers on stuff, so it's going to be amazing. You're going to want the recording of this because it's 24 hours of programming over 2 days. It's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific on Friday and Saturday. And you're like, but Kyle, isn't that insane? Yeah, it is insane. But we did it last year, and people had a fucking blast, and you're going to have a blast this year, okay? So go do that. Yeah, 3 days for a half hour value. Yeah, exactly. Ugh, Tony. Yeah, this is going to be the opposite of that experience, right? Where it's 2 days of probably 2 weeks worth of content jammed into 2 days. And we're going to have one of the talks is going to be someone who knew nothing about AI at last year's Festivus, sat through Festivus, and she's actually presenting at this year's Festivus. Her talk's called "What a Difference a Year Makes." I can't wait to hear what that is. The other thing that you can do right now, how many people are in here? Got 28 people there, 33 people there. I want you to think about who are people in your life that might be a little salty about AI. How could you listen, Barbara? I'm trying to eat my mac and cheese here. Could we not with the AI all of a sudden again? It's just that's all you talk about. Could you not? That woman, invite her to this. Please, Barbara, do it for us, Babs. Invite your friends. Think of your friends right now and just send them the URL, aifestivus.com. Say, you should really think about coming to this. Oh, I don't have time. Well, there's fucking 24 hours of programming across Friday and Saturday. You peel away for an hour from Aunt Edna watching Wheel of Fortune with Marge. The other thing that you can learn about at aifestivus.com is if we've got friends and family sponsorships. So if you just like this and really want to get behind it and support it, you can do a friends and family sponsorship. But there's also an online like trade show booth where if you want to put together a little offering from your company, you can put it in the trade show booth. They're very inexpensive. So AI Festivus is coming. It's going to be really, really, really good. All right. Bedtime for the wildlings. Side hustle Mimi's got to go do child duty. Kyle must know about my friends. Yeah. Listen, Kelly. Listen. Yeah. Listen. You know we love you, right? We love you. The girls and I were talking. Yeah, could you pass the goldfish? Yeah, I love them. They're so good and tasty, aren't they? I know they're bad for you. It's like a sin. Anyway, the girls and I were talking, and we were thinking maybe, Kelly, tonight, during bridge, maybe we could just talk about, bridge or Tupperware or carpools. It's maybe not the AI tonight would be good if we could. No, you're gonna. Because a new thing came out that you want to talk. Okay. No, that's we love you. Yeah, no, it's good. That's fantastic. Yeah, no. Yep, awkward daily moments. Awkward AI moments. You can't have a daily moment without AI. Get it? There's an AI in daily. I've thought about stand-up. All right. So there you have it. He's been eavesdropping. I disagree. The 3 days had value. The upsell didn't. Interesting. Cool. Well, that's good. That's good. Listen, there were enough people there that we know, Vicky, that I would have been surprised if they didn't deliver some kind of value. So that's good to hear. I did want to show you a little vibe coding something. But I figured before I show off a thing I'm working on, because I'm going to just talk about why it is more than what it is. Brandon, this past week, I don't know if you're still awake, Brandon. I know he was napping earlier. He was. I was talking to him. He was nodding off. I'm like, "Is that narcolepsy?" He's like, "No, you're just exhausting." But anyway, he went to Miami, and Rick McCauley and he went down, and they did a Lovable vibe coding thing. And so, are you around, Brandon? Brandon?
I'm around.
Yeah, fantastic. You want to tell the good people about your experience, and then maybe even do a little show and tell?
Yeah, so we did a Lovable hackathon over the weekend, and this came together really, really fast. Like Wednesday during AI Life Hacks, Rick mentioned, "Oh, I'm going down to this hackathon at Miami this weekend. You should come, haha." And 48 hours later, I was on a plane to Miami.
Wow.
And so it was sponsored by Lovable. And so what Lovable's component here was they offered a promo code to let you play with their pro feature for free, basically. So they upgraded you to free. So you had all unlimited Lovable credits, unlimited AI credits. Just use it.
What are the pro features? What are the pro features that you don't get?
Basically, lots and lots and lots of credits.
Oh, okay, got it.
And so with that, we had 3 hours. It was sponsored by a Lovable ambassador. So there were about 130 people there and 25 teams. And teams of 2 to 4 people. And we all had 3 hours to build something from scratch and take it to ideation. And then from there...
In the team?
Within the team, yeah.
How big were the teams?
1 to 4 people. So It was me, Rick, we're on a team, and we brought one of Rick's other friends, Oscar. So we had a team of 3. There were other people that were solopreneurs. Other people had teams of 4. But there were 26 teams in total. Across the event, and we all had 3 hours to just build. And so we built one of Rick's moonshots. So 7 years ago, Rick is a professor at Broward College, and he tasks his students with coming up with a solve the world type problem. What his students came up with was a portal for immigrants who were new to America, who just stepped off the boat, to figure out how to navigate the complex system of immigrating to the United States, how to assimilate into our culture, how to learn the language, how to pass their citizenship test. And 7 years ago, the technology didn't exist to consolidate all of that data, and now it does. And so with Rick's vision, Oscar's back-end knowledge of how to structure AI, and me in the middle coding on Lovable, in 3 hours, we were able to put together Rick's vision and, as he says, land the plane. And it took every last minute of the 3 hours, but we were able to we were actually able to build the Hello USA, and he calls it the OS for citizenship. So I'm bringing it up on screen. There it is.
Beautiful. So, can you have Command Plus so it gets a little bigger?
Yep. So we had 3 pillars. We pitched this live. So after we coded it, we took a break, had some snacks, networked, and came back to the room, and everybody got 3 minutes to present their idea. So our idea was built on 3 pillars. We wanted to educate, collaborate, and participate. And so we built in 3 hours our Lady Liberty chatbot that can allow you to either learn the language, study for the civics exam, ask for legal aid, like what form do I fill out, how do I get a green card, or just ask questions about daily life in the US. And so if we come in here and go to civics, it's going to ask me a civics question. It says, what is the supreme law of the land? And I think it's the Constitution. And so what we did was we not only built in this, but we built in a voice response.
You are exactly right. Great job. Constitution is indeed the supreme law of the land. It's like the rule book for our entire country. Do you know what the first 3 words of the Constitution are?
From there, we built a concept of having like a next door style message board where you could say things like, I need someone to drive me to my citizenship test tomorrow. And so this is, obviously this needs some work in terms of, geographic gating. But then we also created a progress tracker, and this is mock data, but we created this progress tracker. So when you sign in, you're able to see how far you've progressed in each of these.
That's great.
You can add a document vault, so you can add all of your important documentation. And then we built the whole thing to be both in English and in Spanish. So everywhere you go on the site, it talks to you in Spanish. You have a community, you can translate things into English and Spanish. And it's hellousa.lovable.app, and we won the international category for the hackathon.
That's awesome, dude. Congrats.
Hackathons
are intense, aren't they?
Yeah, it really was. It really was intense. But I will say that the people that came out were so helpful. Everyone was so cool there. And there were some wild ideas. I wrote the full recap in the salon. I posted it in the water cooler yesterday.
Right.
But we had people that were creating the Tinder for dogs, so you could have your dogs dating. We had other. I met another female founder that was doing a vision board where it would you'd give it your kind of what your thoughts were, and it would use Nano Banana to create your vision and give you a planning tracker for it. So many cool ideas out there, and Lovable was making it all possible. And the event was free. So now Rick and I are talking about how to host one of these in Cleveland.
Oh, that's great.
I have to tell you though, absolutely hands down, the weirdest surreal moment in that event. I came in that morning, so I was hauling from the airport to get there on time. I walked in just as they were about to start presenting, and they were introducing everybody. I sat down next to Rick. We shook hands because it was the first time we've met. We've been doing AITV Starship on Thursday nights for the past 15 weeks. And this is the first time we've met face to face. So we're just shaking hands, meeting each other. And they go, and now we'd like to introduce one of our mentors, Brandon from Cleveland. And I looked at Rick, and Rick looked at me. I was like, what? So I started to stand up, and then somebody from the back of the room goes, hey, happy to be here. There was another Brandon from Cleveland. He lives in the next town over from me, like literally 10 minutes from my house. And he had flown down for the event to be one of their mentors. I'm like, you can't write that.
That's awesome. That's great.
So now we're getting together later this week to talk about how we can bring a hackathon to Cleveland.
Oh, that's great.
I'll make sure to tell Cam Captain. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to get Cam Keck in there. Beautiful, man. That's awesome.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Thanks for sharing that.
Before I hop off, do we want to do an AI's Got Talent update?
Yeah, why don't you tell the good folks what it is and where we are and how they can contribute?
Yeah, so AI Salon Got Talent, I'm calling it our first annual. We'll see about that. It's the inaugural opportunity to challenge yourself to come up with something creative, post it in the challenges and competitions section on the thread. There were some questions about where you post things. You post them on the thread for Salons Got Talent in challenges and competitions. So you just add a comment with your submission. We've just extended the competition deadline. So we're going to extend the submission deadline through Sunday, the 14th. We've got 6 or 7 people vying for one of the finalist positions. And it's an open call for nominations. I don't care if it's a vibe-coded website, if it's a Mid-Journey piece, if it's a Suno song, a book you wrote. If you used AI in that creation process, we want it to be eligible for nomination. And then you vote by clicking on an emoji on the submission that you like. So you can vote for multiple, you can submit multiple, but you can't stuff the ballot box. You can't put 15 emojis on one thing because we can see who flagged the emoji. So one emoji vote per submission, but you can vote for multiple and submit multiple. From there, the judging panel, which is Kyle, Liz, myself, and Ann Murphy, we're going to pick 4 of the people who've submitted and make them our finalists. We're going to give a universal prompt and give them a week to come up with a submission for that universal prompt. Once they submit, we're going to combine our heads together and pick a winner, and we're going to announce that winner live at Festivus.
Beautiful.
And that winner gets a free year of Mastermind subscription membership for 2026.
Yep, exactly. And so if you're not a member of the AI Salon, get your butt over there right now. Go to community.thesalon.ai and go to the challenges and competitions section and look for Salon's Got Talent and submit something, anything. It can be anything. All right.
Welcome to AI Salon's Got Talent. Good luck to the contestants.
There you go.
All right, welcome back, Kyle. It's nice to have you back. I was sitting here like telling my cats to put up the black bar over the last week. They didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I don't have anybody to produce.
Awesome. So I've been, one of the other things that's been occupying me for the past few weeks is we started this thing, the AI Salon Mastermind Practice, which is the structured daily practice using AI or designed around AI. And like any good daily practice, it has nothing to do with technology, and it's got everything to do with you, or in my case, me. And part of the practice is learning to sit with what I call the ick. And the ick is just that feeling you have when you're like, oh, I should probably go vibe code that thing, but I've never vibe coded anything, and it's probably going to be hard, and it's probably going to suck, and it just feels like ick, right? and so I've been sitting with the ick, and part of the reason to go through the structured framework that we've created and that we're rolling out in the practice lab, the weekly meeting that we have. So this week will be our 4th meeting. It's on Wednesdays, or it's on Thursdays at noon Eastern, is to hear what other people are doing and to work through some of that ick. And because on the other side of the ick is always something interesting. And so what I've gotten in touch with in the past 3 weeks in a clear and palpable and, not pleasant way sometimes is how much I hide. And even though I'm on here nightly and I make lots of videos and I host the salon and I do all this public stuff, there's a big part of me that does what I can to diminish how much I actually engage and how fully I engage. And so one of the exercises last week was, given the things that make you feel uncomfortable or you have complaints about, what do you give yourself permission to do? And so I gave myself permission to not be so committed to hiding. I spent a good amount of time with Andy in New York talking about the salon and just life and things of that nature. And I got to witness how much joy I robbed myself of by hiding or by talking myself out of something being really good. Like I'm in New York because I've written a musical and I've got ex-Imagineer Disney producers interested in, bringing this thing to life. And I somehow found a way to rob myself of the joy of that. No, it's not just and so I woke up, I think it was Thursday morning. I think it was the morning that we were going to see them speak at Lincoln Center. And I just woke up and I said, I give myself permission to not hide, because all that hiding and all that diminishing of my power and what I do, it robs everyone else around me of the joy of like when I'm engaged, and like when I'm on and I'm engaged, you know, I'm powerful. I've got a powerful, you know, whatever presence source. And I just dial that down so much. I have dialed that down so much. It's just not fair to anyone around me, and it's really not fair to myself. And that something shifted when I gave myself that permission, and so it's been good since. But anyway, so I had a couple of good days with the producers and with Andrew and doing all that stuff. And then, what was it? Yesterday? Was it yesterday? Saturday or Sunday? I was thinking about one of the I used Nano Banana to make this map of all the projects that I've got, right? So there's AI Salon and Content Lab and Storyvine, and I've got all these projects in all these different areas of my life. And one of the insights I had about a month ago was one of my MOs in life is I create projects and then I hide behind them. I treat them as these inanimate objects that I didn't have anything to do with. And it robs the project, and it robs me, and it robs all the people that are participating. And I was thinking about my projects, and I was thinking about my commitment to them and things like that. And what struck me was, for the Play Sydney, we're starting to have this remarkable network of people. And how I've been thinking about all of my projects is as like it's an object, and I've got all these to-dos, I've got all these tasks. And what I realized was it's such a cold way to interact with an initiative I'm trying to make alive in the world. And the only way any of my projects can be alive in the world is with the participation of others. And so what struck me was that wouldn't it be remarkable, novel, to think about projects not as a series of tasks, but as a network of people who are all interconnected and have different levels of commitment. Maybe some were engaged in the past, some in the present, maybe some are coming in the future, but some of them know each other. There's clusters within that. And thinking of, rather than I've got a to-do list, that I've got an opportunity to be generous with people or stingy with people. And if I can live in the place of, rather than just going, oh, I didn't do that to-do list, I'm a piece of shit, that I can live in the place of, I've got all these people that are on some level committed to making this project happen. And how can I be generous with them? And if I can be generous with them, they're going to be generous to the project. They're going to be generous to me. And so I decided I wanted to start vibe coding something up that was a project management tool that was human-centric. And so let me get this thing up and running. I'll show it to you. And what was cool, I went to ChatGPT and I described it. I wanted help describing it. And I said, are there any tools out there that are like this? It's like, no, not really. Not that I can think of. Now, it might have just been blowing sunshine up my ass, but login failed. There we go. Okay. Am I sharing? I am. Okay. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Let me zoom in on this. Okay. So this is, I've only got one project in this so far. So this is my people-centric my people-centric project manager. So the two core people here, Kyle Shannon and Andrew Watts, that's my writing partner and I. And then people to the left of the graph are people who we've done things with in the past. People to the right of the graph are people who we hope are going to do something in the future. And then people clustered around the center are people that we're working with currently. And then all of these nodes, all of these lines connecting the people, you can put labels on them, and it does a little pop-up to describe the relationship between those people. And, you know, I can see here Kathleen is one of the women we're working with, and she brought in a bunch of other people. And so if I click on any one of these people, it pulls up, let me see, it pulls up a little panel to the right, which is who they're connected to and their socials, if they have any socials in there. So like there's my email, so if I want to connect with anyone, I can do that. There's the ability to add notes to anyone. So I'm just starting this, but it's a kind of cool sort of, you know, physics-based, you know, dynamic layout kind of thing. So as you add people to it, so I can hold down the option key and I can drag out, and now that'll create a new card for a new person. And then I can create new projects, and then I can just add people in the database to other projects. And then I've got people that are producers, people that are contributors, stakeholders, or fans. And so I'm obviously just starting this one because I'm trying to vibe code the thing up as I'm building it. But it's like, it's just amazing that we can live in a world where I can do one of these crazy physics-based node things like I've seen for years and years and years, and just do it. And at some point, I'll probably even do multiple views. Like one view might be this node view. There might be another view that's like concentric circles or something like that. TikTok pin. Do you know how your easy laugh and your humble personality are? No. Oh, the thing I love about you. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. IT. I appreciate that. Yeah, so like where this thing's going to go is that the right-hand side is the sort of person detail, and then the left-hand side is going to be a to-do list, and the to-do list are going to be tied to people. So when you click on a to-do item, it's going to highlight the people that you're doing that to-do for, right? So it's a human-centric visualized graph of all of the contributors of a given project. And it just, for me, I don't know how far I'm going to get with this. As I'm starting to populate it, I'm realizing just populating this thing is going to be a ton of work. But at the same time, like the value of just being able to look at a thing and say, like, how many people did I bring in? Did Andrew bring in? You know, who are the people that we're working with, that we're actively, you know, working with, or who might be people that we connected with in the past that would be good to get in touch with? Being able to just very quickly see the world of a project, and remind yourself that each to-do is not a task on a list. It's a human being you're either in integrity with or not. I shared this with Andy today, and you know, her response was, you know, just commit to being in integrity with people, and then you don't have to build this thing. But for me, it's like I've gotten so good over my life at hiding from this reality that I'm kind of excited about it. How did I build it? I was just in Lovable, and so one of the nice things in Lovable, if I scroll down the left-hand side here, I can show you how I began. When you start in Lovable, let me go back out here for a second. Let me go to the dashboard. There's this mode called chat mode. So you can turn it on or off. And if you're in chat mode, it's not actually building anything. So I went into chat mode and I just started describing what I wanted to do. And we went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then it ended up creating this really, one of the cool things that Lovable does is when you're in chat mode, it'll kind of regurgitate what you asked it, and then it'll ask you a series of questions. It'll say, do you expect this to be used by individuals or teams? Do you expect a project to have, tens of people attached or hundreds of people attached? It'll based on what you've said, it'll ask you questions relevant for specifying what the scale of the application is. It'll ask you things like, do you want there to be a database so it can remember everyone's stuff? Do you want multiple people to be able to log into a project, for example? And so we talked about all this stuff, and I talked about adding a to-do list manager and things like that. And then we get to the end, and after it's done asking all of its questions, it said, do you want me to just go build this big ass thing we described, or do you want to start with an MVP? And so I said, let's start with the MVP. And it said, okay, great. We're going to drop the to-do list for now, and we're just going to focus on the people layer. And so I started this at, I don't know, 3 this afternoon or 4 this afternoon, and just very quickly, got to a place where it's good. It's good and working, some version of working. And there's obviously a ton of stuff to add and change. And, but like one cool thing is, if I go into here, let me go back over to the full screen thing. If I go to edit this, let me share this tab. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. So avatar URL. So I can go to LinkedIn, and I can go to my LinkedIn, and oops. I'm going to copy I'm going to copy the image address from LinkedIn, and I come back to my little thing. I put in my LinkedIn URL, and now my little avatar has my picture in it. And so I can go in and populate, everyone's little picture with their avatar. So, but like one of the things that would be nice is, I should be able to just paste an image in there as well. I shouldn't have to have the URL for it. I've got like rankings of how important is this person to the project. I've got, social media labels, things like that. So groovy, right? And then I can zoom in. I added a pinch to zoom feature. So if the nodes are really big, I can zoom out like that, or I can zoom in really tight. Isn't that cool? All right. So there you have it. There you have it, good people. I want to go show. I want to show this McDonald's ad. We'll shift gears. I heard Lovable is great for prototyping, but when you want to actually build, it's best to do it in something else like Cursor. Yeah, probably so. But Lovable at this point, Corey, is because they have this thing called Lovable Cloud. They'll automatically set up your database for you. They'll automatically set up authentication. They'll automatically set up your web server. They'll automatically repoint your domain. Like when I did my website for 10-person team, the workshop, I just said, I want to use this URL that I own. It figured out where I had registered that URL, and it said, do you want me to configure it? And it just went and configured GoDaddy for me. So I didn't have to go into DNS and do all that bullshit. So it's getting pretty slick. Like I would say that yeah, if you want a commercial app, you're not going to do it in Lovable right now, but it's probably not going to be that long until one or more of these vibe coding platforms figure out how to really just, push a button, launch a robust site. We're not quite there yet, but we're pretty close. I know there's not many of us using Windsurf, but it's but I was to share its new version. Oh, I wanted to share its new version. Cool. Skill sets to suggest them to new projects. Oh, that's a great idea, Sober Fox. Best to use Claude Code, Gemini Code, ChatGPT Codex to actually build it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. All right, cool. Okay, so I want to play this McDonald's commercial.
It's the most terrible time of the year. All the shops turn to mayhem, even Santa knows space, and the tree redecorated your place. It's the most terrible time of the year. The roast turns to charcoal, and the cookies burn too. Freaking chaos, it feels like a zoo. It's the most terrible time of the year. So you flee from the madness, the lights, and the cheer, and hide out in McDonald's till January's here. It's the most terrible time of the year.
Okay, so for the second year in a row, Coca-Cola's done an AI version of their Christmas ad. This is now McDonald's. So you've got two of the world's biggest brands going all in on AI commercials. This is an AI commercial. This is all AI, right? If anyone out there thinks that AI video isn't going to be mainstream, it already is. It already is, because I promise you that most people, when they see this, will not know it's AI. We see it and we know it's AI. Like the physics of how those packages fall off the roof is just wrong. Like the guy's not going fast enough to be up on two wheels, right? Like there's like that scene, that's AI. Him flying through the window, like how the tree explodes right here, how he flies through the window. It's like, if you've done AI video, you know AI video, right? This is like, look at this the janky legs here. It's a mess. That dude in the lights. So it's AI video, but you know what? No one cares. No one's going to care. It's just AI slop. It's not AI slop. It's like funny scenes. It's funny scenes. They're edited well. They're put together with funny music. There's some writing behind it. I guarantee you neither this nor the Coke ads were cheap, right? It was cheaper than if they had filmed all this, but this is probably a couple of $100,000, right? You probably have a team of professionals that put this all together. I just wanted to show it because big brands tend to be conservative, with some exceptions. You've got like Nike, you've got Coca-Cola, you've got Disney, that tend to be, they're already high-tech companies, high-tech brands that embrace technology. And they'll try these things first. So the fact that we're seeing, multiple years in a row, we're seeing these big brands go all in on video. This is, we're on the way to mainstream. So if you think it's not coming, it's absolutely coming. I wanted to share that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Brandon sent me a whole ton of stuff to look at. Let me look at if there's anything in here I thought was cool. There's a really cool 3.5-hour video from Andrej Karpathy that talks about how ChatGPT actually works. If you want to see how these models were trained, and like what that actually looks like, that's cool. Stripe is going to be inside ChatGPT. Google Labs Mixboard just got an update. It looks like tomorrow we might get something from OpenAI. It might be ChatGPT 5.2. Apparently, they've got a new image model that's supposed to rival Nano Banana, but Nano Banana's also got a new version coming out, which is coming out, I think, Wednesday. So I don't know. Watching this video just gave me an idea to create for my company. Now that Now, how to make the 4Ds of self-storage funny: death, divorce, dislocation, and downsizing. Dude, let's go do that right now. Okay. Hang on. We can't pussyfoot around. We've got self-storage we've got to do comedy for. I have an amazing story about this dude. Let me come back to that. Oh, you can't see it right now, can you? No. This guy. Maury Yeston. I'll tell you that story in a second, but we got to go do something for Jim. I know he can do it on his own. He's a big boy. I understand that. But Jim deserves special treatment because he just tries stuff. Okay, so let's see. I want to create a funny 60-second commercial for my friend Jim's company, 3 Mile Storage. There are 4 Ds of self-storage, black bar and tabs. Oh, did I not share this? Okay, fine. Okay. There are 4 Ds of self-storage. What are they called? Make the 4 Ds of self-storage funny. Okay. There are 4 Ds of self-storage initiation. Well, that's good. Initiation's fine. You don't have to use good words with large language models. Death, divorce. This is so funny. Dislocation and downsizing. I need a creative brief for the commercial. It should be funny like a Super Bowl spot. And I also need a section on the custom song we will have written that is a Xmas classic from the start. Okay. All right. So first thing, Jim, write a creative brief. So you can just explain a little bit there and then let it figure it out. Here's a super tight, clear, built to be launched, genuinely Super Bowl level 60-second spot. The creative brief, the 4 Ds of self-storage, project overview, fast-paced, laugh-out-loud commercial, death, divorce, dislocation, and downsizing in a way that's absurd, relatable, surprisingly heartfelt. The tone should be a holiday season wink, big characters, exaggerated situations, and a splash of magical Christmas energy, all anchored by the reliable, no-nonsense presence of 3 Mile Storage. The spot should feel like something people remember, the kind of commercial they'll text to their friends. Okay, target audience, 25 to 65. Busy families, folks going through these transitions, anyone who just needs a damn place to put their stuff for a minute. That's pretty good. Key message: life can get messy, but your storage doesn't have to be. It's not great, but it's fine. 3 Mile Storage steps in when life throws curveballs with clean, secure, friendly, no-nonsense storage solutions. Comedic, crisp, think Super Bowl ad meets holiday musical meets local town charm. Perfect. Visual, punchy, energetic. Concept, the 4 Ds holiday jamboree. We open on a fake Christmas holiday special title card. A cheerful narrator begins to sing. As he introduces the 4 Ds, we cut to a mini scene. Divorce, a couple dividing everything down to absurd terms. You want my left shoe? Fine. A huge pile of belongings. Smash cut to 3 Mile Storage, neutral territory. Downsizing, a retired couple realizing their condo is roughly the size of a Buick. Smash cut to pushing belongings out the back door like a reverse clown car. Dislocation, someone's job transfer is announced via ridiculous office novelty talking fish, singing telegram. Sigh, 3 Mile Storage. Death, handed with gentle dark humor. A quirky ant leaves behind 47 nutcrackers, a taxidermy raccoon, and 12 boxes labeled Misk. Family stands bewildered. Cut to a friendly 3 Mile Storage employee giving a compassionate thumbs up. All right, I'm gonna give you this, Jim. Here, you can take this. Here, wait. I think I can just share this. I think I can just share this, right? Copy link. I'll DM it to you on the AI Salon. That's really good, Jim. Can I get this all in there? Will it paste all in there? Oh yeah, I'm just giving you the link. All right, there you go. Go make that now. And here's the thing about Jim. He will, and he'll make it better. It'll be good. You got to go to Suno, and you got to, after the creative brief now, you have to have it make the, actually write the script, write you the shot list, give you a cinematic style, and then have it write the lyrics for the song and the description of the song for Suno. And you'll be done in like an hour. No, you'll be done in like a day. All right. And 5 minutes later, yeah, exactly. Here's the thing about Jim Ross is, while I said, hey, let's just go do this right now, I promise you he was over in ChatGPT doing the exact same thing I was. He's probably way ahead of us at this point. That was really good. Beautiful. All right. Thanks. I'll have it ready tomorrow. Yeah, you've got your homework. It's where are you? You're in Utah. So you're my time zone. You've got plenty of time. Like, you should be up till 2 a.m, I would think, if you're committed to this AI thing. All right. And have a marching band play it. Yeah, there should be a marching band. You should cut to a marching band on, like, the cut to self-storage should be like a marching band on a cold, snow-covered football field where all the kids are miserable and shaking, but they all have like 3 Mile Storage band hats on. The marching band will hold up signs. When they flip, it will become the image. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh my God. Okay, so listen, Wednesday, the AI Readiness Project podcast, we've got 5 speakers who are speaking at AI Festivus, coming to preview what they're going to be talking about at Festivus. So this Friday, so if you go to aireadinessproject.com, or go to YouTube and search for AI Readiness Project. That's where it'll be streaming. It'll be streaming live on YouTube. Do me a favor, go to AI Readiness Project channel on YouTube and subscribe to that channel. We spun up a new channel because we wanted to have our own channel for that podcast. And we just have a handful of subscribers in there. So if you would, go over there and subscribe. All right. And then the Mastermind Practice Lab is Thursday at noon Eastern, so 10 o'clock my time. 9 a.m. Pacific. If you're in the salon but not part of the mastermind, I'd encourage you to join the mastermind. It's only $20 a month through the end of the year, and then it goes up to $47. And as long as you maintain your subscription, it stays $20 forever. And if you're part of the mastermind, you can come to the practice lab, and I would encourage you to do that. Okay? All right. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, that's good for now. That's good for now. All right, everybody. I think that's good. Anything we missed? Normal time tomorrow. What day is today? Today's Monday. Yes, I think a normal time tomorrow. It's weird to be back. Like weeks away totally fucked me up. You forgot Meltdown Monday. I was starting to go down there for a little moment, but it was was just more rambling tonight. A little bit of rambling, a little bit of showing, a little bit of show and tell, a little bit of rambling. All right. Beautiful, everybody. Have a good evening. Jim, I'm glad you're finally doing something with your life and creating a Super Bowl commercial. It's about time. Fucking slacker. Jim's only acting like a 10-person company. Now he's acting like a 10-person company and a 10-person agency. You're up to 20 people. This is good, Jim. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.